My name's Johnathon Knight. I was born here in Burke. All my family come from Burke. We're the Barkensey people on my father's side. We run down from just outside the North Burke Bridge all the way down to Wilcannia and further on down to Wentworth. So, we belong to the Darling River, the Barker that we call it in Barkensey land. Names. I moved away for a few years from '92, and then I moved back. And I just wanted to come back and see what I could do, play a part in helping my people and moving forward in health and any other kind of areas that needed. Well, the work I do is I'm an Aboriginal men's worker here for Senecare, and what I do is I run programs for men and women too, not only men. So at the moment I'm trying to run a DIG program where I take the guys out and we learn what kind of woods used for tools, instruments. I teach them all that, and they teach me stuff as well. So we all come to the table with a knowledge of what they know from their tribe or from the same tribe, and we respect everybody. So that's another thing in our community. We're trying to build that respect for everybody that's in our groups and in our community. When I first started off, I didn't like talking, and a lot of blokes, tough blokes, we think we're tough, we don't want to talk. But really, we got together and, mate, it's unbelievable. Like, guys get together and they all, they find that they can trust each other in a group, and they'll start talking, and they'll start telling stuff that you haven't heard in your life, and you've known this person all your life, but you didn't know what they was going through. And it's really sad. So that's another way for us to talk, and I'm loving it at the moment. So that's what we've been doing. We've been trying to get those things off our chest so we can move forward. I do run a music program I started. It's called Elvin Grief with Music. So that group is for people with issues and grieving issues. That it's a way of venting. So I learn them how to write verses, choruses. Then I learned how to play the guitar, and along the way they might be able to pick it all up and sing those songs. It's just another way of venting. I do it really well. I play the guitar all the time, and I write down what I'm feeling and I put it into a song, and that's sort of a way. If I can't talk to someone, I put it in the music and I sing it. So, yeah. I loved it growing up here in Burke. We used to have that much fun. We used to go hunting, walk about. We walk down to the weir and jump in those streams and jump in and float down the Nooney Springs and stuff like that. And oh mate, it was fun times. And the river was always at the river. It was always at the river. It was river people all the time. I don't know, it was just like a connection to us. Without that river, we've it's like our identity. We belong to the river. And without that river, a lot of things go. If that river goes, our wild animal goes, and that's where we teach our kids to swim, and that's where the wild animals go and to drink from. And if that river goes, those wild animals, the kangaroos and even they'll go to another water hole. And we won't be able to go and hunt those animals if there's no river. It's really important to us, that river. It's like I said, we're river people. We belong to the Barker. That's where we go to. Counselling sometimes. That's where we get out and talk. Us guys go fishing and we talk about some issues, whatever is in our lives. We'll go to the river. Even when you go hunting, we've got to go to the rivers. It's everywhere. But look, it's a very special place. I think the Barker River, and it'll always be special to me. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ as my saviour. My family was always Christians. Even before I was born, they used to go to church here in Burke. Used to go to church all the time. I used to be the altar boy down at the Catholic church for years. So it's always been there. Christianity always been in my life. Even though I stepped away, the Lord was always with me. Because it came about, I used to, when you're a kid, you're crying for your mum, I want my mum, and it sort of changed for me. I wasn't looking for my mum no more. It was like, Lord, please help me, I'm down and out. So I wasn't asking for my mum, I was asking for my Lord, and I don't know how that clicked over. It just naturally said, hey, the Lord is your saviour now, your Lord is your helper now, so you ask him. So and it was funny because I remember, where's my dad or where's my dad, but now it's like, Lord, please help me. I'm in a dark spot. Please bring me out of this. And so that's sort of how it changed. Probably because all my family was Christian before I was born, and leading through my teenage years, and just go to church. So but I have those times where I moved to Dubbo and stepped away and stepped out of my faith because probably I was young and just finding my feet. And we get stuck in that cycle of alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. But I believe the Lord was always with me, and He saved me a lot of times. He saved me a lot of times. I asked for Him, to save me, and He saved me a lot of times. There was no other God. There's no other God before Jesus Christ. He's my Saviour. That was just it. I started at Cert 4 when I moved out here to Burke. I got a job as mental health, drug and alcohol worker, trainee, and I had to go to Sydney for Cert 4. And down in Cert 4, we, the teacher was explaining to us binge drinkers and all this, and it just hit me. It hit me that I was an alcoholic. I didn't even know it. Because I paid all the bills, had my rent paid. I thought, no, I'm not alcoholic, but I was drinking every day. My kids, I was missing out on so much time with my kids, not doing stuff with my kids because I was worried about more drinking with my friends and stuff. And it just came to a point like, that's it. This is not for me. My kids are missing out on my life. I'm missing out on their life. And so I haven't touched a drop now for years. And if I did, it might have been one light beer, but it just doesn't interest me anymore at all. Probably 8 or 9 years ago, it's just changed my life. I'm feeling more, I'm seeing stuff more clearer, I'm understanding stuff more clearer, and I'm getting educated on stuff that, that used to affect me when I was doing the drinking. So, I think it changed me because my kids was seeing me, and I didn't want them seeing me like that ever again, so I decided to change. If I can say, they used to just show you love straight up, and cared for you. It was hard to get that years ago. But and having someone like the nun just, really feel that they care for you, it meant a lot to me, and I loved them. I loved them when they was here. They done a lot of good work here, and it was just that feeling that they showed, showed that they cared for you. Yeah, that was a big influence in my life. Like I said, I used to be an altar boy down there at the Catholic Church, and I think I'd just be the first one picked up on the bus every day, and they'd just come along, Johnathon, you come to church now, come on. And they used to, my mum, come in, sister, get him out of bed, and they used to come in and get me. And I just got used to it. They used to pull me up, and I'm like, I'm going, I'm ready, I'm ready for him this time. And this used to happen every Sunday, it was really good, and I love them dearly. Especially there's a few sisters that reared me up since I was a little fella, and 36 years. I'm 38 this year, but when I was 36, I came back to Burke, and Sister Fidelis came out of this bus, and I haven't seen her since I was probably 8, 9, something like that. And mate, she knew me, and she cried, and she cuddled me, and she said, my boy, and I remembered her because she done a lot of stuff for me. And then she was my favourite. I know I shouldn't have favourites, but she was my favourite, and I think I was her favourite a bit too. Yeah, I think it'd be great to have the men's centre on the sisters' property. You know, a lot of guys remember that area down there, and it's close to where the nuns were. So, you know, having it back down there, I think it means a lot because people remember being down there and, you know, not way uptown somewhere. So I can't wait till it opens because I think it's going to be a good place for guys to go to just have a rest and a feed or a sleep, and especially have men's programs down there for guys. So, you know, I think it's going to be a great thing. So those guys that, you know, end up coming down to that men's group, men's shed, and do those programs, you know, I hope in the future that, you know, I can see them gaining full-time employment, maybe gaining their own little business through art. You know, I just like to see those guys achieve, you know, whatever they put their sights on to achieve. And with having that men's shed, I think that's a step in the right direction, you know, to help them move forward. To go through the process of making didgeridoo, it's probably a few hours travel. I think that's most time consuming. Then when you got to find the tree, you know, you got to know what you're looking for. So, you know, you might walk along with them and tap the trees, the sound, see if there's all the sound in them, then you chop them down. But then, you know, the process of travelling back and the process of cleaning those didgeridoos out, because you got a lot of white ants, so you don't want white ants coming home to your house. So, you know, we take them down the river, and there's another place, the river, you know, we go down there, we burn them out and clean them out, and we strip them back and we start painting them. So, you know, it's a big process. It takes probably, with the time travel, probably 6 hours for one didgeridoo. You know, and doing that time working on didgeridoos, that one person, it's like that because it takes a long time to take those layers off. You know, and that's like didgeridoo, it takes a long time, then you got to take those layers back to really find that gem. You know, and that person is like that gem, he's stripping back all those issues that he's carrying, he's stripping them off and, you know, and dropping them off, and he's bringing that, you know, finding that person that he really is. So, you know, it's rewarding taking those guys out to learn about didgeridoos, but it's really rewarding seeing that guy move forward in his life of, you know, hey, I can do this. So, you know, he's moving forward. So you see two stories. You know, you see that guy learning about the didgeridoo, but you also see that guy moving forward and taking layers off his shoulder, you know, and issues. And he's, you know, that's where we get to vent as we do it too. You know, we counsel each other. You know, it's like we go fishing, we counsel. We go getting didgeridoos, we counsel each other. You know, we're like, how you going today? What's happening today? What's happening in your life? And we ask those questions. You know, and we come back. You know, we come back refreshed. You know, and I'm just glad that Senecare has given me the opportunity to work for them and deliver this program for our guys here in this community.